Alexandria leading. Back to Tommy Pedersen, right side along the baseline. Now he jumps, now he shoots. He hits it from the right side. Stay with us. This is going to be a dandy. 19-game winning streak. Undefeated Wilmer against Alexandria with a record of 15-4. They defeated Alexandria twice during the year, but this is the big one. And this ball club from Alexandria, win or lose, have played absolutely fantastic. Just a whale of a ball game. With 8 seconds to go, 52-52, front court. Remember, Wilmer has not been beaten in 19 straight. They've defeated Alexandria 2 times. 52-52. 8 seconds remaining in the ball game. Alexandria Cardinals will have the ball in their front court. And here they go. Here they go. Hang with me. The ball is handed to Nodlin. He throws the ball in. And it's into Paul Dean. Paul Dean is going to drive. He puts it up there. He scores! 2 seconds. Alexandria wins. Alexandria wins. 54-52. 54-52. The Alexandria Cardinals upset the Wilmer Cardinals.
Welcome again, everyone, to the Alexandria Cardinal Foundation Captashati Memorial Golf Tournament, held every year, of course, to help raise funds for Cardinal activities. I'm Dave Harris, and we've been part of Cardinal activities for a long time. And of course, remember Captashati as being a mentor for me for many, many years. And Cap is the reason that we have this foundation, one of the reasons we have the foundation. He was very instrumental in getting it started. This year, for the first time, we honored 2 people as honorees and individuals who have helped Cardinal activities, Dennis and Elliot Christensen, who own Eldens Food. It's also the first time that we've honored someone who is not a coach or an activity director from the Alexandria school system. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you Elliot and Dennis Christensen, our honorees this year, and my congratulations to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're honored to be here. Great.
This is different for me to do 2 people at the same time. So we're going to kind of wing this, and we hope that each person gets a chance to express themselves as we go through this. Let's start with a little background information. Elliot, first of all, a little background about yourself.
Okay. Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. At the age of 16, took a job with the Kroger Company in the grocery business.
Does that mean you're a Packer fan?
I'm a Packer fan, and I'm a Packer shareholder. Along with my son and my daughter, they too are. And so in 1965, I took a job at the Kroger Company bagging groceries. I liked what I was doing so much that I've done it since 1965. So I've got 52 years in the grocery business. And during my career, I worked for Kroger and the Kohl's Company and moved around, moved from Wisconsin to Illinois and worked in the Chicago market for a while. And then in '82, had an opportunity to contact my brother Dennis, and we got together and we opened up our own grocery store in Austin, Minnesota. So it's been a great run in Austin. We were there for 15 years. We got very involved in the community. We think not only being good stewards of our company, it's important that we're good stewards of our community also.
Denny?
Well, I too started for Kroger when I was a year younger, so I started in '66. Started bagging groceries for Kroger and enjoyed doing that so much. And even when we were working together in that Kroger store, way back then in the '60s, we talked about, hey, maybe we should have our own store someday. I mean, teenagers, and we're just talking, oh, that'd be nice to do. But I worked for Kroger, and then I worked for Jewel T, company out of Chicago and Milwaukee. And had a great career in the perishable departments. Started out in groceries, went into produce, went into meat. When I was with Jewel, I ran the Jewel. I was a meat coordinator for the Wisconsin division. And then when Jewel left Milwaukee, that's when we got serious about getting our own store. And we started looking around and found Austin, and it was a good fit. And we went there and figured, well, we're going to raise our families, we're going to be part of the community, and we just love giving back to the community because they support us, and we'll support them.
What prompted the move from Austin to Alexandria?
Well, we had an opportunity. Our wholesaler, Fairway Foods, was owned by the Erickson family. Erickson's also owned Holiday Gas Station and Gander Mountain and so on. So they approached us. They had 26 what they call corporate stores that they owned in the Minnesota market in Wisconsin. And they approached us about Alexandria to sell our store to them in Austin and then buy the store in Alex. So we came up, we took a look, and we thought, boy, there's just great potential. Of course, Austin, Minnesota, the only county in the state with no lake.
Oh.
It has a man-made lake that Hormel made back in the early 20s. So coming up here with 300 lakes and all the activity, we thought, yeah, this is what we'd like to do. So we made the
Mutual decision, pretty much?
Oh, yeah. We thought we were going to be there forever, and never say never. But we came up here and looked at it, and the community, very nice community, very nice school system. That was our number one priority for our kids. My son was 10 years old in 4th grade when we moved up here, and he went through the whole school system and graduated from Jefferson High, and now he's a sound engineer and does sound engineering and recording. This weekend he's working with Leonard Skinner this weekend in Jefferson Starstrip. A couple of weeks ago he was working with Alan Jackson and Sam Hunt, and he's worked with quite a few stars. He does outside venues, and he never got active in the sports and Cardinals thing. He was always a music guy, but he went to Jefferson High and enjoyed it.
We have a great music program at Jefferson too, or at the Alexandria High School, and our bands and choirs have been well recognized for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's not just athletics that are involved in our school system, and of course a lot of different activities that our kids participate in and get recognition for. Talk about getting involved in community activities.
Well, when we came to town, we had down in southern Minnesota, in Austin, we did a program called, it was a chicken feed. And we would feed the community at the store. We had big tents in our parking lot, and we would do cooked chicken, and for $2, they'd get a plate of chicken, and all the proceeds would go to at that time, the Austin, not the foundation, but the Austin football program. And we did that for many, many years and raised a lot of dollars for that.
The first year we did it for $1. And we gave all corn you could eat, chicken, potato salad, rolling butter. And the first year we served just over 10,000. And that was crazy. That was nuts. We were on a corner where the store was, and in that corner parking lot when we had a huge tent, and we had a road going by, a frontage road, we had people wait a drive-through set up. Right behind the tent, you stop and then you continued on. But it actually turned into a drive-through, as well as people lining up, and everybody came. And throughout the years, then we said, well, we better move it to $2. So we went to $2, and but we raised thousands of dollars, and it just grew from there. And it was such a great activity. So much, it was an all-day affair. We'd start at wee hours of the morning, getting the charcoal going for the grills and the corn cookers, and we'd shuck all the corn, and we'd cook all the chicken in the deli, and my wife would help, and she'd be in there manning the chicken out of the ovens. We used the bakery oven. It was a 26-pan oven, and we had a lot of kids and a lot of parents came, that helped put it on, and if we didn't have them, we wouldn't have went over.
You come to Alexandria, try the same thing. Doesn't go quite so good to do something like that for Cardinal activities. You have to make some changes.
Yeah, we did. We tried it the first year, and it wasn't that well accepted. It was hard finding the help, and everybody was so busy in activities and things. So we decided, Ellie and I talked about it and said, well, let's find a different way to go about it. And we do a Christmas open house every year, and we figured, well, let's have the Cardinal Athletic Foundation come, get the kids that are involved in the sports and help man the demo stations, and then we'll donate a large sum of money to them. And that's how that grew, and then for years we did that.
You've done some other things too. I know that I've seen kids bagging groceries at different times and you know, promoting different sports and different activities.
Yeah, we came up with a program, my son did, came up with a program, Begging for Dollars. And we get asked for donations on a daily basis. You know? So we thought, well, what could we do that could generate some good dollars for the groups and help them? So we came up with this Begging for Dollars, and different organizations sign up in the youth groups for scheduled days to come in and bag groceries. And they have their buckets up front for donations. And of course the hockey has been number one. Football, I think, is in the top 5. But they've done an excellent job, and they've raised thousands and thousands of dollars.
How did you get involved with the foundation?
Well, Mike Seidel came to us when we did the chicken and corn up here for the first year. And we moved the venue, as Dennis said earlier, to the Christmas program. So that was the beginning, because Mike was involved with the foundation, and that was our beginning. We did make a commitment, like Dennis said, of $10,000 for the first 5 years, and then thereafter it just kept on going. And we stopped that when we started the bagging program because it got old, so we changed it up a little bit, you know. And now we got Begging for Dollars, and it just brings a fresh look to it, and we're involved in so many other things in the community as well. So.
What are some of those other things?
Well, we support the youth groups, youth baseball, youth basketball, the Y. We're active in Canute Nelson. We sponsor their picnic every year that they do in August. It's sponsored by Eldens. We do the marching band when it comes to town. We sponsor that.
We're involved with the Rib Fest that goes on. I mean, anything that goes on in town that goes on through the summer,
you'll see us there.
You'll see our name
right.
or us there, and because we want to be involved, and we want people to see our name out there, and you know, we're part of the community, so let's do our thing.
I saw a sign back in the store a little while ago, and 4-H supporter too. And,
Yes,
you know,
4-H.
I remember 4-H when I was in high school 60 years ago, and being participated.
We have an event coming up, speaking of 4-H, and FFA, excuse me. We have an event coming up here June 23rd. We're going to do a hamburger and chips and a drink for $2. It's going to run for 3 hours, and then the funds are all going to go to the FAA. June is Dairy Month, so we're going to try to work with that.
What about the future? Thoughts about promotions for the future? Anything you kind of got in mind or looking forward to?
I don't know, we're so busy with what's going on now.
Yeah.
It just, if something comes up, we talk about it and say, well, it looks like a great idea, let's do it, you know. There's always something coming up, like I said, with the dairy thing, with the cheeseburger deals for Dairy Month, and we're always open to hear people's ideas.
One more thing I saw, you know, there's hanging up in the store down the main aisle and also on the back window, pictures of Cardinal athletes, other activities as well.
That's something we started when we remodeled our store in 2012, put the big addition on. We created some areas to showcase some of those things. And we've got a terrific gentleman in town, Jeff Rosty, from Creative Images. He does a fabulous job. And we got together, he takes all of our photos and does all of our pictures. And we told him we wanted photos of community events in town, through athletics, through the symphony, through school plays, and he's done very well at that. So we hang them up in the store. We're just about full. So we're going to have to look, and I've had numerous people come up and say, when that picture's done, I want to buy it.
Yeah.
Well, we do the Thursday night, getting back to music things, we do the Thursday night concert on the lawn, which I was down at the music store, and I used to hang out there a lot when Alex Music, when it was open, and we were talking about it'd be nice to do some kind of function in town. And so we decided, well, let's start that. And the people got it started, and you know, we were the first sponsor of it, and then we've been doing that for several years now.
Well, I know that all of the Cardinal activities, the coaches, the players, the fans, the parents really appreciate everything that you've done helping out the Cardinal Athletic Foundation, and it's our pleasure to honor you this year with the Capasciati Cardinal Foundation Golf Tournament, and my congratulations to both of you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you, Dave. It's quite an honor for us. We're very, very proud of that. So
It's a neat honor. Thank you
It
very
is.
much. Yes.
Wow.